All right, Michael Grasso with Private Pook Games here today. I am so excited because I finally got my copy of Deep Regrets, an unfortunate fishing game. It came with the Lamentable Tentacles expansion, and I threw this on just to share this with my students in my board game club, Hideous Abominations. Super excited to open this up, hopefully review to follow, but for today, let's just open up this amazing package from, I think I'm saying this right, Judson Cohen. He's actually friends with one of my friends, who everybody vouches he is a super awesome guy, and based on how he ran this campaign, I would totally agree, based on not having ever met him, but just knowing him through his business. Super excited to try this out, so let's get to it. All right, so we have three things here to unbox today. We have the main core box for Deep Regrets. We have Lamentable Tentacles, which is a mini expansion that was included as part of the campaign, and then there is Hideous Abominations, which is actually a previous game Judson Cohen and TEDx Games had put out that it was cheap enough that I thought it was worth giving a try. I'll probably share it with my board game club at my school. Let's start with this. You might have noticed in the thumbnail that this is not what the cover of the box looks like, and that's why I was kind of impressed by this. This is a cool little, looks like old newspaper wrapping it up. I'm kind of curious if some of these look like it's actually readable. I'm not sure where all of it came from, but you can see it has all the regular stuff. It has the title of the game. It has all the contents, the stats on the game. Kind of cool. I'm almost hesitant to open it because it looks so cool, but there's only one way to unbox a game, and that's to take the wrapping and box off of it. So cool. A plus on the aesthetic, though, I'll say. Just trying to rip it as little as possible, but I think I already failed. All right, so here is the cover you probably saw in the thumbnail, and I'm familiar with. Very cool. One of the things I loved about this was the art. The monsters in it are just really cool looking. And also, I had been a big fan of the game Dredge, if you ever played that. I played it on Steam on my PC. Really, really cool game about fishing and finding really very, let's just say, dark things at the bottom of the ocean. Wow, really cool. So, A plus on this. Really glad this one came through. They certainly took a hit with the tariffs, but I'm glad that they got it through. All right, so we have the Angler's Guide to Fishing. That looks, yep, this is the rule book that I am looking forward to checking out. I do want to mention that there is a section here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a whole section on solo co-op. That was kind of a must for me. I like playing games with other people, but I just don't really have time for anything that doesn't have a solo option, or at least some sort of way to look at it. Ocean Madness, still, I don't think I've watched some videos, but I'm still not sure exactly how that one plays in, but it's definitely really high quality. It's got a whole work week on the back. I remember looking a little bit about how that works. Consumables look like this. This is a lot of, it says Ocean Survey, but it looks like it's recording your findings. I will probably photocopy that because I have a horrible fear of using consumables in games. Nice. So this is the port with all the port actions, different costs for things. It is not double-sided, and that's okay. So yeah, different things you can do. Refresh worms, dice, buy things, buy rods, buy reels. Oh, I love this. Just the whole background is excellent. I don't know if you can see this, but the guy at the bait shop kind of looks like, I don't know, if you took like Albert Einstein and Bob from Bob's Burgers. Kind of cool. This one is the board. Let me see if I can get this. I think it unfolds, but I don't want to unfold it the wrong way. I know it's flippable. All right, here we go. There we go. Found it. So there, it shows the different depths you can fish. I know that this, I heard from Judson that this is not absolutely necessary. It's just a nice way to know where things go, and it's a good way to start. But once you know the game, you don't necessarily have to use this as long as you know where to put the cards. A nice little bag like that. Ooh, different characters. Ooh, Alba. Cool. Oh, Balb. Is that supposed to be... Oh, and that's not necessarily a anagram. Hugo. He's just got a fish in his pocket. Hogu. Oh, yeah. These are anagrams, or at least close to. Hogu. I like that. Layla, I'm going to say. Oh, Isla. Okay. These seem pretty close. Well, I'm not sure how that works exactly, but Bert and Burp. I like that. Fred. Oh, Fred's cool. I'm going to have to play with Fred just because he has this poor fish in his hand. Fraud. I like it. Cool. Very nice. Some tokens that do who knows what. Ooh, lots of different fish. I'm not going to pull all of these out because I don't want to have... I'm not sure what's spoilers and what's not, but there are obviously supply items. There are different fish you find at different depths. I'm kind of trying to avoid looking at these because I think one of the cool things in Dredge was finding new fish, having them get more and more, you know, dark and scary looking, and I think that would hopefully be the case with this. Let's see. I'm going to set you to the side. These have icons. Awesome. Those are always good to have. So these are good reference cards. Awesome. The Angler's Guide to Fishing. Oh, so yeah, more reference cards, like how the round goes, I'm assuming. Monstrous Regrets. Yeah, so I'm still very interested to see how the regrets kind of make things get worse and worse. So different rods, different reels. Oh, there's my kitty knocking things around. Supply items, lots of cool things that I always love anything in a game where there's things you can improve, you can do more with, you can upgrade. I'm not sure how that's going to work in terms of solo play, but still interested. And then more depth cards. We saw the depth 3 and depth 2. Being very careful with this. And then here's more depth 2. Depth 1, you can see, I like how it starts out a lot brighter, and if I'm correct, I believe, yeah, you can actually take these and you can see how they would connect together to make the depths would kind of go together. You can see how it goes from one to the other. All right, throw those back in. All right. Ooh, a whole lot of dice, I think, or maybe it's, let's see, actually. It's a neat little choice of a bag. It's not your normal plastic bag, I don't think. Ooh, we got these dice. I gotta say, if I'm going to do a 4-sided, I'm not sure exactly how these work, but if we're going to do a 4-sided die, I'd much rather do this one than your typical D&D one. I'm assuming these are I'm not sure if they get rolled or if they're used as markers, but either way, I like it. Ooh, cool. And then we got a red one with some symbols. That's definitely got to be something dangerous. Ooh, more icons. Oh, let's see. Excuse me. Hope I'm getting these on the video okay. I'm sort of at a weird angle that hopefully I'm going to improve for my next unboxing. If I missed anything on there, I apologize. Let's see. Oh, it's hard to get out. There it is, a cool little fish coin. I'm assuming this is heads, and that is tails. Appropriately sort of graphic, but not too graphic art for a dead fish. Awesome aesthetic. And I actually just noticed as I was looking through this, I really think it's worth looking in the inside of this box. If you are into that sort of avant-garde art, this is just really entertaining. Kind of reminds me a little bit of, I know some folks are gonna love this game and some folks don't, but kind of Dungeon Degenerates-ish without like the acid trip colors, I guess. But it has a little bit of that where everything's a little bit silly. Everything looks dangerous, but also a little bit silly. Like, all these monsters are going to make you giggle a little bit before they bite your head off. And that's an aesthetic that I truly love. Okay. I am really looking forward to getting this to the table and reviewing it as well. Ooh, cool. So these are some nice solid wood wood components. Oops, silica gel, my favorite. So we have a couple things that make sense. We have a life raft. We have anchor. We have, I always forget what these are called, but, you know, I'm going to call it a goalpost, even though I know that's not what it is. Just imagine it floating in the water, doing that thing, up and down. Cool, awesome. I'm going to put these back in here because I kind of want to keep those big components in one spot. And then, let's see, other side of this. Oh, we have some, I think those are standard American size cards. Awesome. I don't want to look too much at all the faces, but I do want to see a couple. We got eels, crabs. Interesting. So it's I'm still trying to figure this out. I haven't looked at enough videos yet, but the depth cards, I'm going to risk a possible spoiler, but I'm going to risk it for depth 1 just to be safe, because I want to spoil something at a low depth if I'm going to spoil it. I also know that I'd read something on the Kickstarter that there's a part of this box that they want to fix. They say it's a little hard to get the cards out. I think it might be these ones here. It's a little hard to get the cards out, but the publisher has acknowledged that, given some suggestions for right now. They're trying their best to make it something better. And to be honest, like, noticing this right now, I don't think it's even that big of a deal. So, Man o' War. Give this to another player of your choice. Okay, so these have some fish on them as well. I'm going to look at one more. Manta ray. Okay, excellent. One of the reasons I was looking at that is I was trying to figure out, when you catch a fish, is it the bigger cards or is it these little mini Americans? It's hard to say. I don't want to look at too many of them, but the more I'm looking at this, this looks like different things you could probably either use as bait or maybe things you would find in the ocean if you're not finding a fish. But yeah, these all seem to be, these are fish, these are anchors. Oh, heavy regret. Okay. I don't want to look at those too close. I just saw something about gambled inheritance. We'll leave that to be a surprise. Awesome. Not sure where that one goes. I think that's most of the components in here, so that's the main game. I'm going to, you know, I don't want you to sit here and watch me put it away, so I'm going to push this to the side, and then we're going to move on to the expansion. All right, all you sort of four-sided, but not really dice. And let's open this Lamentable Tentacles expansion. This is a mini expansion, requires the base game, which we have, thankfully. I do want to note that this says age 16 and up, so as silly as some of these look, this is definitely not a game. This one, Deep Regrets, I am definitely not going to share this one with my students in my club. This one is ages 8 and up. This one I think is just fine, but Deep Regrets will be a game that I keep at home. All right, let's open up. This looks, oh my god, it looks so cool. I almost don't want to open it, but there's only one way to play it, and that's opening it up. All right. Oh, got him out. So it looks like the expansion, I probably should have looked at this before, is, as if the ocean wasn't bad enough, this expansion adds 18 spanking new fish. Oh, will they actually spank you? To torment and horrify players, including the great old one himself. Plus, 5 player ability cards that are dealt out at the start of the game, introducing new game mechanics and scaling with your madness. Oh, that's what I was hoping for. You're a fisherman and you're going mad. What's not to loathe? So there's a rules card, 18 fish cards, and 5 biggest regret player ability cards. These are definitely look like fish cards. Biggest regret, I'm going to leave those unseen because I feel like those. Oh, except for that one, clearly. Oh, no, that's the rules card. Never mind. So deal a random biggest regret card to each player at the start of the game. Players tuck this card. Oh, okay. So that's something that probably changes up the rules a little bit. We have more depth cards. So clearly these depth cards are really designed to be the fish cards. Excellent. So it's just more stuff, and it was pretty much, I can't remember if it even costed more. I think it might have been included for free. I honestly don't remember. I think it was included for free if you just join the Kickstarter. Either way, so far these have looked really reasonably priced. I don't know if they're going to be able to stay that way because tariffs are a thing. You can feel however you want about them. It's hard to run a board game business when tariffs are decimating you. So those are all the things that go with Deep Regret. This is a totally separate game. I feel like let's just open it up really quick. Hideous Abominations. Once again, I love the art. It seems definitely a little more playful, and I do know that the idea of the game is you're sort of competing with other players to build the craziest monster possible, I believe. So what sort of abomination will you build? You take these different parts of monsters and you try to put them together to just make a really crazy gross monster die. I love that. A gross monster die. Because there's monsters, but then there's gross monsters. I'm going to move these a little further away. Don't want to get those mixed up. Okay. Open up, you. Alright. Let's see some hideous abominations. Ooh, how to abominate hideously. I love it. So that's the second edition rules. Well, I'm glad I got a second improved edition. So right away, this is kind of nice to see that this looks like a pretty simple to learn game, pretty easy. I know my middle schoolers have played some slightly more complex stuff, but I have noticed when I try to bring new games, sometimes there's that wall of, okay, that's too much. Here's some, here's the Hideous, what was it? What did they call this die again? The Gross Monster die. I love it. It's an awesome shape. It's nice and jagged. Cool way of designing it. Here's some cool components. I have no idea what they do, but I'm assuming they're like bolts or something. You bolt pieces of the cards together, maybe. And then we have all of these square cards, which I believe are all pieces of different weird monsters. Oh, second edition expansion. So this is Robots and Rot. Before we do the expansion, let me open this one first. Let's see. All right. Whoa, nice. So it's kind of cool that you have all these different things that you can build to make crazy weird creatures. Here's a bunch of purple limbs. Oh, and then as you go, you see, oh, that's kind of nice. A pink cotton candy purple thingamabob, I guess. I don't know. Ooh, cool. So you have hands. You have, oh, what is that? I have no idea. Okay, let's not do that. I mean, I guess, everybody's got to wear underwear, but, that is, ooh, a four-eyed monster with a pink afro. Or a pink 80s perm, I guess. A knee with a mouth. This is just crazy enough for me to love it. I love it. Awesome. Snaky. Skeleton with a wristwatch. Well, at least the skeleton knew what time it was when they expired. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Sort of emo looking. Nice. So lots of really cool, like you can see, this is just designed to be sort of entertainingly silly. Wow, I could go through all these. That might take quite a while. These seem to be, for tracking ties, so these are probably scorecards. I don't think I need to go through every single different type of thing. There's so many different types of monsters, like this one here. On your turn, these seem to be cards. These are really nice for teaching middle schoolers, giving them something they can refer to. More interesting ones, and I am going to open up this second edition expansion just because I think it would be cool to see how robots factor in. I'm going to leave these ones undone because I feel like the video is going to get way too long if I add those on. Let's see. I'm going to keep these separate as best I can, or I should just put them in. Let's do it. How to play with robots. How to play with rot. Ooh, cool. So, how to implement them, differences in the rules. Oh, cool. Hello, Robo. What if this was what RoboCop looked like? Okay, there's Robo. Awesome. Oh, and there's Rot. Zombies. Gotta have zombies, right? Excellent. So, very cool. I'm going to set this one. I don't want to totally mix it in, so I'm going to put it down over here, away from the other one I opened. And that is my unboxing of Deep Regrets. It's first little micro expansion, I'm just dumping everything everywhere, Lamentable Tentacles, and a game that I hope to share with students, but we'll see what happens. Hideous Abominations. Huge congrats to TEDx Games and Judson Cohen for getting this out. Super amazingly run campaign, super transparent, just friendliest. I couldn't say enough nice things about a dude I haven't actually met but seems super cool based on his communications. Really looking forward to trying this out, and I should have a review, hopefully with this, as soon as possible, because I'm so looking forward to playing it. Thank you so much. Hit subscribe, and, support board game publishers. They really need it right now. Thanks.